In the least biased way possible, of course. Ooh, that palette swap though.
Oh my god, that purple.
That is strong. Oh, it's got a really nice shot color though. It's like a lilac. I like it.
Purple is my favorite color. That is a really neat purple. Unfortunately, he's not going to keep that purple once he gets a suit.
Or a beam upgrade.
Yeah. Hey, Toasty, don't get any suits. Just do the whole game suit and keep that purple. Okay, what are we going to see as that first item? And a purple elevator. X-ray. Cheaty calling for an X-ray. What do we got? We have an E-tank. Oh well, you gotta have them. You need at least 3, so might as well start picking them up now. And actually, you have to pick up that first item regardless of what it is, so...
Yeah, it's a nice looking green Brinstar area. I heard somewhere like the door shells are coloured weirdly in this area because of something to do with the weird statues that turn and look at you.
Both of them getting their D-boost to the Morph Ball with no problem. And super missiles to start out with. And let's see what the other ammo item is, and it's Power Bomb, so no trolley ammo searches.
No, and now we're faced again with, do they go meme route or just the regular way?
Yeah, the exact same item combination with pretty much, I think everything was exactly flipped.
Yeah, it was actually.
And a super missile there again.
Wowzers.
Thankfully, those items were flipped, otherwise I'd be worried I'd sent them the same. I don't need that.
Now I just need power bombs in the pipe.
Yep. Supers. Oh well. Yeah, and actually only having so somewhere Toasty used an extra power bomb. I wonder if he went and opened that door back up. But yeah, they may have to farm some power bombs here in Big Pinks because of...
No, I mean azder must have got a drop because
oh, that's a good point.
Power bombs to
you have
get
to do
through.
2 to get through. So yeah, so it was a drop luck. Because they're gonna need a power bomb to open up the door to get to Wave Gate. And then they should, yeah, and then they'll be fine. They'll have one more power bomb to get through. But then they'll have to farm one. Toasty will have to farm one to get down to the Edicoons. Looks like an Asher will.
Yeah, but there, fortunately there's the fire fleas right next to the Edicoon drop, so it's not a luck-based farm for it.
And just easier. Well, it's a beam.
It sure is a beam.
I mean, it's better than the pea shooter, so of course they're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it means you have to be much less careful with your aim. Now, I think the risk of this palette swap for Toasty is whether he thinks that the blue doors are actually green doors and needs supers to open them.
Well, there's that, and forgetting which suit he has, and yeah, I mean, there's definitely something that I wouldn't want to force on anybody. I'm kind of surprised he's using it here, but you know,
I mean,
each their own.
I dig the style points for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and we're gonna see what's at the Edicoons. And Toasty, as we said, did have to farm up one power bomb and screw attack. So already making their lower Norfair easier.
Yeah, this is a very familiar starting set of items.
Well, that and 2 meme routes, like 4 meme routes in less than an hour and a half. I mean, you don't see that every day.
Thankfully, more missiles this time around, though, make Fantoon a bit less of a trial.
Yeah, that'll be even 10 versus 5 is a huge difference. Like, there's no standard category that uses 5 regular missiles. Even low percent ice and low percent speed goes 10 missiles.
I think this is just super obscure, but I think Ice Booster actually goes 5 and 15.
Well, yeah, but that's I don't consider that one the standard ones,
No, that's...
Low percent ice are the ones that people mostly do.
Maybe a bit fringe, that one.
And Azure can pick up a wave beam.
Oh, and he gets the reverse mock ball out from that room. That is a really tight trick.
Very nice.
I wonder if Az does run a lot of Hundo or RBO.
I know he does RBO. I'm not sure how much Hundo he does. I know he's done it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how often he does that one. And he's done RBO in more than one Super Metroid Relay race, so very familiar with that category.
Yeah, that's a really nice part of the RBO early game. It's that trick.
And just an energy tank at Terminator. And I suspect we will see a gauntlet check. With screw attack, it makes the gauntlet check very, very easy.
Yeah, and much, much faster.
And without the space jump, it won't be quite as fast as we saw in the first match, or the first game. But first we'll see what's at BT.
Although they did have to power bomb through the first one still.
Yeah, that's true. They had space jump, but not screw attack.
But yeah, I imagine Az is going to do the same thing again. We're saving at the ship first, and then... Or just move straight up, okay.
Maybe because of the screw attack. Just, it's that much safer, that much easier, that much quicker.
True. Although he'll still have to back out if he doesn't want what's over there, or if he doesn't want the miners afterwards.
Yeah, but it's probably about the same to get out as a ship save when you're talking about you're doing that with screw attack. And what we have is just an E-tank. Whereas when you have to power bomb it, it maybe saves a little bit of time to save and reset. Or sorry, to reset to the save point, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have to ask Toasty after the match if he was thinking, oh, there's no way Azure's doing meme route twice. And thus he decided to do the same thing, or if he just wanted to commit to doing meme route.
Yeah, I wonder kind of what level of mind games Toasty's putting himself through.
Yep. But so this time we will have to, yeah, this is a CWJ. That's the only choice to get over this time. Both are more than capable of doing this. In fact, Azder was one that taught me how to do this trick. Shout outs to that.
And azder not using Moonwalk makes the in-room setup much harder. You have to do a couple of like morph turnarounds to shift yourself to the right pixel.
Oh, that was start. That looks like it was good at the start. Must have been just a little bit off. So he just decides to reset the room. It's a little bit easier. You start with the start running right at the door.
Yeah, I personally find the in-room one easier than going across the door transition, but going across the door transition gives you more leniency.
Yep.
But yeah, very nice. So
Toasty's gonna go down. Doesn't want to do the CWJ.
yeah,
So finally get a little bit of major route divergence here.
I actually like Toasty's decision for this more because the E-tank check this way is quite difficult and quite slow.
Yep.
And the reserve item is completely unobtainable unless they find speed first. So Toasty's going to have access to more or less everything down here. And he's got enough E-tanks that if he wants to hell run afterwards, then that's like a real option.
As Toasty falls down purple tower. Yeah, and those regular doors do look a lot like super doors, so.
Just a very, very slightly different shade of green.
So let's see what's at Spazer.
Toasty's played enough though that muscle memory is just gonna save him really.
And picks up the X-ray scope.
Yeah, I think that's one of Toasty's favorite items.
Well, allows him to X-ray climb after all. And Toasty will be one of our favorite X-ray climbers in the league.
Ooh, a really nice air Doppler from azder as well.
A very nice Fantoon once again by azder.
That was a really clean 3-round.
Toasty about to go into his crate fight. Let's see what's at the right side supers. And we get just an E-tank.
So it could be an option for azder to, if he wants to say like save scum the E-tank pickup, whether to just not check the back half of wreck ship at all.
Yeah, he's got a few options. azder's actually pretty well known for skipping the top of wreck ship. It's not an unusual play for him.
And without speed, it's only one item anyway.
Yep. But yeah, the more difficult thing is, like you said, trying to get to that regular E-tank. Not sure how good he is at the sponge bath power bomb jump that he is. That's his only option right now.
Yeah, so he's gonna save. So it looks like he probably will make the power bomb jump.
Well, and he's saving, so in normally this is kind of a save reset situation, so that if the item's crap, you can just go back to the save room.
Yeah.
But he only has so many shots at this with power bomb, so if he doesn't get it, he might choose to reset the room, or might choose to go back to the save. Oh, that was close.
That was very close. And again.
Oh, and spring ball on Toasty's side.
And
high jump boots over, yeah. So that's a pretty good set of items over at Crate.
So a lot of the azder's power bombs are slightly too high. You need to be about 2/3 out of the water.
is he gonna? He's gonna reset, which is the right thing to do, even if he's gonna give up on this, because you don't want to go to the upper part of Wreck Ship without power bombs.
No.
See what he decides to do.
There's also no quick farm for getting more power bombs there.
And let's see, what is that? High jump boots. Space jump and high jump. So 3 in a row, all the movement items for Toasty.
Yeah, and with this many movement items not being in the ship, it kind of implies that there's going to be a lot of energy in the ship.
Could still be a suit, though.
It could, yeah.
And I just said all the movement items, but of course they don't have speed booster yet. Oh, there he gets it. Okay. I was about to wonder if how much longer he should go at this, but now he's got it. Oh, careful of those spikes, though.
Yeah, he tanks the underside of one of them. 200 damage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy damage without a suit.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And just an E-tank for all his trouble, and he resets, and I don't blame him one bit. I mean, he's already got 6 of them, so a 7th is not going to make a huge difference. Plus, there's going to be plenty more on the way if he decides he wants one more for stand-up glitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Now his big decision is whether to go up or left. And he's going left.
Yeah, he's gonna leave.
Yeah, I think I agree with this one for sure.
Yeah, only one more item that he can actually get, unless that item is speed booster. And he's already given himself a deficit because Toasty's already got the movement items well into Norfair. As you're certainly capable of catching up, as we saw in the first game, his movement overall is better of the two.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it won't turn out that Vario was at gravity for like a 4th time.
Yeah.
Toasty really wants these supers, but he has 6 tanks still, but this is really damaging.
Yeah, and in fact, 6, for those of you that saw a lot of these seeds during the season, it wasn't too uncommon that could be your first powerbomb pack. And that was a really dangerous situation. Now, fortunately with Screw Attack and Space Jump, this next room, that Rising Tide room, is a joke, as opposed to without those items, where it's, I think, the hardest room of that hell run.
Yeah, you can't really tank enemies during the hell run, and the normal strat would be to like mock ball under everything. But as soon as you hit the ones that aren't Sovas, they do so much damage.
How they do. Okay, Toasty gonna make the croc bet again.
Yeah, I think it doubles up nicely because it gives him a free health refill, and if he's going to check the area anyway, then it's going to save him a farm on the way out, definitely.
There's more than enough ammo for this. And Croc is, I guess that's a dark purple?
Whatever it is, I love that color.
It's a great color. Oh my god, gravity suit. So that begs the question, do you just go to Meridia right now?
See, if it was a predictable progression speed, I think Meridia would be a great choice.
Yep.
But it's really tough to make that call knowing that the items really could be anywhere.
Yeah, I think if it were me, I think I'd go at least check the grapple item, because that's really far out of the way if you skip it now.
Yeah, although the only thing in Meridia they can check is Mama Turtle. Well, actually no, they can check Sandpit
they can check Sandpit.
I think Shack Tool.
Check Tool is not in Logic yet, but Toasty has X-ray. I mean, we did see a couple of X-ray climbs, one attempt and one actual one that made it. As you're picking up his high jump boots after a nice quick kill, and
I mean, not to say bad things about Cross's climb, but Toasty might do it from the correct door.
yeah, let's hope so. Okay, what do we have at grapple? Oh, charge beam! Oh my god, that is a stacked croc if I've ever seen one. The only thing more stacked was a couple of times we've seen double suit croc. So
Croc definitely rewarded the face this time.
absolutely. And if history repeats itself, Azder's probably gonna do Bubble Mountain before he does Croc.
Yeah, it's hard to blame them after how bad Croc was last time. It's kind of not an attractive.
No, well, Toasty's one of it's funny in these randomizers. You have some people that just always like to go to Croc, which is Toasty is definitely one of them, and the other people that just avoid it at all costs. And I think either one is the right way to go. You gotta kick. I think you gotta take it situationally. I mean, myself, I tend to like the Croc check first over Bubble Mountain when I don't have area, simply because at worst you get E-tanks. That just makes your hell runs easier. But
yeah, I really like Croc coming out of Lower North Air.
yeah, it's a good one too.
Say you've got everything except gravity, and Croc fits really nicely in with that.
And Toasty's just gonna leave. He's not gonna check Bubble Mountain. It looks like.
That's interesting. I mean, he's a few ammo items short of really, and maybe like a plasma beam short of really wanting to do Suitless Lower North Air.
Yep. Yeah, I really think at least 5 power bomb packs is what you want. Get you the 2 crystal flashes.
Yeah, I mean, Toasty is really comfortable with Suitless Lower North Air. He does run RBO a lot. But
as you're gonna take the save before he goes to Ice Beam. So is Toasty gonna start checking Meridia? Is he gonna go to X-ray? That'd be another choice. Nope, he's gonna start Meridia.
Toasty did check ice, but I can't remember what was there.
Well, we're gonna find out. I don't remember. I probably just E-tank. We're not remember, or maybe no. X-ray was at high jump. Yeah, it's just
it was just anything. Okay.
And he resets. No surprise there. And just a reserve at Mama. So okay. Toasty could go to the Sandpit, or you could go to X-ray, or you could just head up to the wrecked ship. And actually going to the wrecked ship by way of X-ray is not a bad idea either, but it looks like he's just going to head straight up. Or is he going to go for that Sandpit check?
Well, I mean, he hopefully remembers that he can't get through.
Oh, he forgot he had space jump, but he's doing a gravity jump instead. Toasty, you have space jump. Oh my god. For those of you that saw the regular season match between these two when they were just a bit impaired, Toasty also forgot he had space jump in that one too.
So my only defense for Toasty on this one is the pallet swap and screw attack can sometimes make you forget that you have space jump.
Well, even just having screw attack can make you forget, since it looks he just figured out that he doesn't have a 2 bot wound. I've done that. We've all done that before.
Yeah, it's so easy to forget what you have, especially if you're doing back-to-back races.
So to make us think that he did that on purpose, he's like, okay, I'm just going to go to a... But he went down the wrong... Toasty, what are you doing? It's the wrong... It is possible to caught there. I mean, I doubt he's doing this on purpose, but...
No, he definitely got stuck. He was trying to jump out, but I think he turned around and fell down in the sand more.
Meanwhile, Azder picked up a reserve tank at the reserve tank in Norfair and is doing a crystal flash to refill his health. I'll save him a little bit of time on refilling here. And it looks like he wasn't going to make it out anyway, so it's probably good he did the Crystal Flash. Okay,
Yeah.
so Toasty was thinking about X-ray, I think. Grapple. Shack Tool.
Yeah.
He does have that X-ray scope. It's the only way up there right now that I know of.
I mean, he could Crystal Flash clip, but without
Oh,
regular
yeah.
bombs, it's really, really difficult. And I think Cross Product is the only person I've seen pull it off reliably.
Cross Product is pretty good at those Crystal Flash clips.
Yeah, It's crazy how consistent he is.
Okay, I missed it, but I'm guessing that was an E-Tank at Speed Booster.
Yeah, must have been.
This is starting to look like we're gonna know in just a second. Actually, not quite, because there's still the X-ray check. But there's a good chance that Azure might have erred in leaving the wreck ship when he did, because so far we've kind of seen everything else, and we're not seeing anything useful. Wait, didn't Toasty do this?
He did, yeah. I think he's a bit rattled. Unless he really wanted that reserve tank.
Maybe he will. Well, you know, if you're gonna do hell runs, I mean, although Toasty's more than capable of doing the hell runs he needs to do, especially with this combination.
Yeah, he really is. And
Um,
if this is on purpose and not for hell runs, like the only thing you can be thinking of is like G mode shenanigans. And I don't know if Toasty does those.
I'm not sure what's going on Azure's screen.
Has his stream gone down?
We're still hearing the music.
And his timer is still going, so. I mean,
I mean, he's frozen in the.
Yeah, I think he might just have not pressed a button after the item pickup.
But he knows. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Like I don't know if the map icon normally was blinking when you're going, but in the item pickup, I've never stayed in the item pickup long enough to know whether that keeps blinking or not. Just a reserve at the sand pit. So and Toasty picks up the super as well.
Yeah, with only Wave and Spazer, he's going to want all the ammo he can get, really.
So you're seeing some interesting theories in chat here, but we'll just hold off on anything until we either see something in SRL and.
And if you've got a pizza delivery, you can't just leave them at the door, right?
Yeah, he's still in SRL, so. We have seen some races with weird things happening in the middle of. At least one racer had to move their car because their landlord came to the door in the middle of a race. That did happen. So things can happen. And I believe in the tournament in 2017, someone had their Wii U get reset by their cat. So, that's obviously not what's going on here.
Thankfully, the worst that ever happened to me was my cat knocked over my glass of water.
Ooh. Yeah, I've had my cat likes to jump in front of my TV screen at the most inopportune times. Like never during bowling or something like that. No, I'll be fighting Ridley.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Toasty's going back over to Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, he didn't make any of these checks the first time around. He went straight to Brock and then back out again.
2 out of 3 of them we know are bad, so we'll have to wait and see what the third one is.
Yeah, we're being held in suspense on the wave item. It's so close. We're going to have a bit of farming first, I think.
So yeah, if you're just joining us, we don't know what's going on with Azder. We suspect something must have come up because it looks like his stream is still going, otherwise just fine. we'll just hope that everything's okay over there. And in the meantime, Toasty is going to check Bubble Mountain here.
Yeah, I think if his game had actually crashed or something, he would have said something in SRL.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's something else going on, you don't want to compound the amount of time you're losing to whatever real life thing is happening by typing in SRL. So
No, I mean, there's also
just wait on
like
it.
kind of a slight mind games thing of if your opponent doesn't know what you're doing, then
Exactly.
they'll carry on playing as risky. Whereas if they think you've stopped for some reason, then they can start playing more safe.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen runners type way too much in SRL, and it can be costly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that one time I did that, I may have alerted someone to an item they skipped. So that was it. No more typing in SRL during matches. Never did find out for sure. At this point, it doesn't matter. But
No, I mean, it's a bit like poker. The less information you're giving, the better.
okay, so now we're gonna get to see this wave beam item.
Did he check the reserve first?
I don't believe so.
Okay. It's not. I find it's unusual for people to check the reserve.
I kind of like going reserve first if I have space jump. Otherwise, I tend to go to the right side first.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nicer, it's more efficient routing for it, I guess.
And there's a grapple beam. So I believe for Varia, we have. Okay, so for Varia or Speed Booster or Ice Beam, one of those items has to be at either the top of Rex ship or at X-ray.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't
We've
seen
seen everything else. Yeah. Shack Tool is not in Logic yet. We can't get past Bot Wound in Logic without Ice or Speed. So one of them can be behind there, but not both. So there has to be a way to either get there. If Varia is in Meridia, there has to be a way to get past Bot Wound, available either in the top of the Rex ship or at X-ray. And in particular, it would have to be the gravity suit location. So it's kind of a shame that Azure did skip that, because that may be the item that we're missing. On the other hand, it could also be at X-ray, in which case he could have gotten a crap in the top half of Rex ship, and he still didn't have a way of getting to X-ray. So since we have grapple beam and space jump in Norfair.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Shack Tool is now in Logic grapple.
Oh right, it is now.
But like the worst case scenario, I think would be say like Speed at the top of Rex ship, and then Varia being at like Waterway.
Yep. Or Varia or Speed. Getting that Speed up in the top of Rex ship, and then maybe you have something like Shack Tool check that no one wants to do. Although if I were Toasty, knowing that my movement maybe is a little bit, I might take that risk of just going and checking Shack Tool right now.
Yeah. It's a bold call. It's a really slow check.
It is. Toasty?
No, Toasty.
No, don't do it! Oh no! Okay, this match just took a very interesting turn. I don't agree with this. He looks like Toasty's just gonna go balls to the walls and go straight down to lower Norfair.
He either must be pulling like the meme of the century, or think he's so far behind that this is the right thing to be doing.
If he had maybe one or two more E-tanks and another power bomb pack, I could get behind this. With only one available Crystal Flash. I mean, granted, it's not that hard to farm those power bombs. There's lots of places to do it in Lower Norfair. But to not immediately have two Crystal Flashes, plus his beam combination, not the greatest. So he's going to have to rely on supers for Ridley, which makes it harder to Crystal Flash at the end. Although he will have... Optimally, he could have 30. If he hits all 30 supers, he would still have 15 supers if he's full up on those supers going in.
Yeah, and if he didn't have grapple, this would 100% be the worst thing ever done in a randomizer.
Yeah, that's why he went back for that reserve tank.
Yeah, I mean, if this was in his head all along, then yeah. There's just so many places that he could go. Like, he hasn't been to any of Rex ship
Not at
yet,
all.
and Varia could be on, like, right side supers.
Yeah, as far as he knows, yeah. We know it's not there, but
Oh my goodness! Wow.
at least with the movement items that he does have, the space jump, the screw attack, and the high jump boots, that makes it a little easier. And now he has that one more tank, but still, not having 2 crystal flashes available to him, I don't like this at all.
It's really, really scary. I mean, space jump is going to mean his movement doesn't have to be quite as perfect, but he really can't hang around.
But yeah, this is very, very interesting. With azder, AFK, and Toasty going for the high risk play. I really don't know what's going to happen at this point.
Like, who can throw the race harder?
Yeah, exactly.
By killing yourself or by doing nothing at all? I'm not sure when the last time Toasty saved. Oh, he saved at the top.
He saved the top
right, okay.
of lower at the lower north elevator.
Okay, so like worst comes to the worst, he knows there's an energy tank at GT, so he might not pick that up a second time around if he dies.
He's gonna check Firefly.
I mean, it's about a 50-50 for there being an energy tank at any major.
Right, let's see what it is.
Less.
And it's an energy tank. So now his energy tanks are a little bit more what you'd want going into this, but still, 1 crystal flash. The actual Ridley fight is going to be the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have to be careful with his supers. I mean, he'll have about 5 to spare, really, because he won't get more than 1 crystal flash on this ammo anyway.
Yeah, he's going to want to... What typically you would do here is farm up your supers and farm up, and then eventually you'll do a crystal flash before going into Ridley, which would leave him, if he's at 45 supers at that point, would leave him with 35 supers. So then you'd want to hit with all those. This beam combination would take way too long for the Ridley kill.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to hope for drops. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big
or
risk.
A Ridley
he doesn't
tank.
get enough. There's a lot that has to go right for this to work.
Yeah, it really does. Well, he's got a couple things right so far with the E-Tank and Firefleet.
I wonder with that save there whether checking power bombs of shame would have been good. Because if it's another super pack or another power bomb pack, then it's
either one is useful. And it's a shame you can't use speed booster strats on those ninja pirates, because having to waste those supers just means more extra farming he's gonna have to do.
Oh yes. I mean, if he had plasma, he could have X-rayed them, and it would have been even nicer.
And the rare power bomb drop from the little bugs here.
Thankfully, he's full on missiles, so he won't get trolled by missile drops from them.
Okay, he's gonna do the crystal flash now. I always like how in heated rooms you get that extra little bit of flashing in the background on the crystal flash. And he's gonna go straight in. He's got 34 supers, so if he does this optimally, he'll have 4 supers to spare, and he'll just have to hope that he can survive with the drops, or that Ridley has an E-Tank. Or both.
Yeah. If he does this hitless and really quickly, he might be able to get back out even if there's not an E-Tank there and farm up from the bugs again. That's a super clean fight.
Very good fight. He used all his supers though, and I don't think he had to. Didn't see any actual misses.
So he'll have 1 Did he pick up 2 reserves or 1? I think
He's
only
got 2.
1.
He's got 2
He's got
because he
2?
picked up one
Okay.
the sandpick and then went back for the one in. Oh, and plasma's a nice beam, but he's gonna have to farm some supers really quick now.
Yeah, he's
This
gotta
is gonna
book it
be
up.
really tight. He's gonna have to farm 8 supers before he runs out of energy. Oh, and falling down there does not help.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so close. Oh, he's got 3
Oh, he's got
reserves.
3
Okay, that
reserves.
helps.
So that's gonna
Okay.
help him a lot. But he still has to get those 8 supers, and we'll see how his drop luck is. Because sometimes you get him very quickly, and sometimes it's like, come on, game, just give me a super. Okay, 8 supers,
Pretty good so
9
far.
supers. Yeah, he's looking okay. He's got his 10th super, so now he can go. As long as he doesn't find himself needing another crystal flash to get out, he's fine.
I think on 9 tanks and 3 reserves, he should be fine.
Should be fine, but
That's, yeah, if he tanked anything from a key hunter, then he's in trouble.
yeah, absolutely. Gonna take the crystal flash here.
Yeah, he took it a little bit safe, but it's totally fine.
Yeah, so a lot of luck here. I don't, the fact that he had those. Oh, he's gonna check this, see if it's supers. It's just power bombs. He does take them. He
Yeah,
does
because
not have enough. Yeah, he's nowhere near enough for crystal flash. It is nowhere good to farm supers here. So
no, but those actually had to be power bombs. Otherwise, he was soft lock coming out of here.
oh yeah, good point.
Because he had spring ball. Oh no, sorry, he does have spring ball. He would have been okay.
Well, still 5 to get out if you'd have spring ball. I'm not sure how many he had at the time.
He had 3.
Okay. So he would have already used 1 at the time, so he would need 1.
Yeah, no. I didn't realize he had spring ball, so I thought he'd be stuck on the bomb jump out of that morph.
Yeah, you're right. He would need 3 because you can screw attack the 1.
But yeah, fortunately, no problems there.
And Firefly being the one room where you're not taking heat damage. He is going to pop that reserve. And yeah, the reason why he's popping the reserves, if the reserves go off automatically, the iframes don't. It's something about the way the iframes don't run out, but you won't get the full refill because you're taking damage as you're refilling, and so you end up not getting as much of a refill as you do as if you do it manually. And he is going to make it out. Well done, Toasty. For those of you that want to see a game 3, I think it's going to happen. It's a shame that the biggest, one of the reasons that it looks like it's going to happen is that Azder's been AFK for a while. Something in the real world has probably got him, unfortunately, away.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's anything to do with what he's been doing in the game.
No, I can't imagine that either.
Are we going to get some super secret tech here? We are. I love it.
Oh, I was playing around with this the other day. I actually managed to stop block myself a few times.
Oh, it's really easy to self-log yourself doing it. But it's still, I love that stuff like this is still being found, like this far on in the game's history.
25 now year old game. And this was just found back in January, so pretty new tech.
Yeah, for anyone who's never seen that one before, it's a weird quirk in the game where if you shoot outbound blocks enough, it sort of unloads the blocks that are blocking your path out of there. So temporarily you can run through them. The risk is if you're not fast enough that the blocks sort of respawn around you and then you're stuck.
But interestingly enough here, as much as he's now done with lower Norfair, he still needs ice or speed.
He really, yeah, he does.
He's still not actually in go mode. So he still has to go to the wrecked ship, and he's still gonna have to full clear the wrecked ship because we know ice and speed
Yeah.
are not in the first two items.
And he still doesn't know what's happening with Asda, so
He
he
has no
probably
idea.
still feels like super behind. Because I mean, like 45 minutes in and not in go mode is not a great feeling.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I kind of don't like the route he's taking here. It is the faster route to get to the wrecked ship, but if he'd gone up Red Tower, he could have got X-ray in there at the same time. I would have
Yeah,
liked to see it
absolutely.
was at X-ray. Because if X-ray
Mm.
turns out to be your speed or your ice beam, just head back to Meridia, and then you can just go mode wreck ship, which is the best go mode in my opinion.
Yeah, no, go mode wreck ship is much nicer. Um, he might figure he could check X-ray, like if Varia and only Varia is somewhere in wreck ship, he might figure
Yep.
he could check X-ray on the way back down again.
Yep. Or as Azder forgot Waterway in Game 1, maybe he's forgetting X-ray in Game 2.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I sort of feel like X-ray is the hard to get because you tend to go past it more times.
Yeah, I just feel like it's so easy to route in on the way up, and the upside, if you find what you want there, is great.
Yeah.
And since he doesn't care about Varia, if it's I mean, if the speed booster is what he wants, speed
Yeah.
booster ice is what he wants, so he's already once tried to go up towards Batwoon without,
Yeah.
and he has no super, so he's forced to do the Ghidorah with the missiles, and misses a few extra ones.
He does have plasma this time for microwave though, so
This will be a
no,
very short Fantoon.
yeah, and not having supers he won't be penalized for it.
Yeah, we apologize that we can't switch. We actually can't switch the audio to Toasty, so unfortunately we're stuck with with the Upper Norfair music here.
Ooh, that's a very purple.
Yeah, when you do that X-ray correctly on Fantoon, it's the quickest, I think. You just have to. The difference being that you do have to hit him with at least one missile before you can go around and use that microwave beam. Because otherwise, if you shoot him with the plasma beam, he just closes that eye, and that's it. Whereas if you hit him with the missile first, he'll keep that eye open when you hit him with the plasma.
Yeah, and Toasty did it really nicely in that he kept Fantoon on screen the whole time. The safer, easier way is to sort of put the missile in, let him fly off screen, and then hit him with the charge shot as he comes back again.
And Toasty skips the E-Tank. Also, Toasty will have a much easier time going through to get the reserve tank item. Or sorry, the E-Tank item. He still has to be careful though, since he does not have that Varia suit. Those spikes will still hit him for full damage. And he's not doing the safety save. So he is
No,
going to
he's
have to
just
traverse. Yeah, he's going to have to traverse this room twice. Fortunately, with the
yes.
gravity suit, the movement's much easier.
Yeah, and space jump means you don't really have to sort of negotiate any of the platforms.
Yeah, so the
And
gravity suit doesn't protect at all against environmental damage in the Ranomizer. It would be to even out the suits. Otherwise, all you'd have to do is find gravity suit, and you wouldn't have to ever worry about Varia suit.
yeah,
It does
so
protect fully against enemies, just like the normal game, but environmental damage and spikes are most of the spikes are in that environmental damage category. Because of that. Yeah, that hit right there. Yeah. Careful, Toasty. Okay, he's fine. Yeah, and John making a good point in chat that some of the spikes are classified as enemies. It's hard to keep track of which are which though. But yeah, that so he does get protection against that. But yeah, the regular spikes, nope.
oh, those key hunters.
Ooh, those atomics with that green. I don't know if I like that, but the key hunters look pretty cool with the purple with the red wings. Okay, with spring ball. Oh, he's not going to check the item. With spring ball, it's a very easy check.
Yeah, I kind of. I don't
With
know.
this
I
view,
understand the no check because you can't get it anyway.
you can't get it anyway, and you don't really care if it's Varia suit because you have more than enough. The other thing that Varia does for you to have fewer E-tanks on the rainbow beam, the Varia suit giving you uh, protection that is only 3 E-tanks the rainbow beam does, whereas with gravity suit, with no Varia, it's 6. And that's true of the vanilla game as well. It's why New Route picks up Varia, in fact. But what he wants is speed or ice. And if it's ice, well, you can't get it anyway. And if it's speed, well, it can't be speed, of course, because you need speed to get it. And one thing the randomizer does not do is put an item where you literally cannot get it.
Yeah, and actually, he probably doesn't. He actively doesn't want to pick up Varia because it's an extra menu for him if he wants to turn it off during stand up.
There it is. And he does not want that very.
No, he does not.
Oh, and Azder, if you had gone to the full wreck ship, he's throughout the season. Azder has made that play where he doesn't check the upper half of wreck ship. He's done that a lot, and a lot of times it's really paid off because the upper half of wreck ship has been, a tank, an E tank, and a reserve tank or whatever. This time, not the right call. So now we're gonna find. So yeah, X-ray has to be speed or ice. It's the only place he has left to check. Sorry, he has Shack Tool still. So speed or ice have to be at Shack Tool or X-ray. So if Azure had full command to the wreck ship, now in the end it might not have mattered because whatever's going on in his real world is going to screw him up anyway. But and Toasty writing in chat, this is a seed that I'm playing right now.
Oh, Toasty.
Toasty, you skipped right by X-ray. Okay, so he's going to go to Shack Tool.
Well, this is now a 50-50 as to whether he's going to have to mentally remember where he hasn't checked or not.
It's possible that Shack Tool could have ice and X-ray could have speed, or vice versa. It's also possible that X-ray has one and the other is where. And it's also possible that Shack Tool has one and the other is who knows. But being that he went right by X-ray, I don't like the choice to skip it. Especially with space and screw. It's such a quick check with those two items. It's not like the grapple beam version of that check, which is pretty slow.
No, and it's much safer with space jump as well. If you get blocked by a waiver with grapple and fall down with 3 tanks and gravity, it's still possible to die.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Well, one thing I can predict that if this is not the progression and that was at X-ray all along, that Shack Tool's probably going to die.
Well, let's see.
Maybe more than once.
Well, you saw his reaction to that Varia suit. I mean, that's the funniest reaction I've ever seen to that item, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
Toasty having a little bit of fun. Hey, you're the one that decided to go down to lower north in the wrecked ship. I mean,
I really hope it's X-ray now. Just Ah, damn it.
Oh, it's ice beam. I wanted to be an X-ray as well. Sorry, Toasty, but
Right. Well, this
I mean,
puts.
Speed Booster puts him in go mode. I mean, Speed Booster could still be at X-ray. We don't know. We won't know until we see the credits.
No. But I mean, this means that Speed Booster can't be anywhere now, apart from speed lock places.
Yeah, obviously can't be in Waterway. Can't be in the Wreck Ship Reserve. And John mad that Toasty didn't listen to him and just X-ray climbed there in the first place.
Well, I mean, he did think about it for at least half a second.
He did think about it.
It would have been an incredibly brave play at that point, though. There are a lot of checks which need mockball that are in logic, yeah.
Yeah, mockball is completely in logic here. I mean, you're pretty much required to be able to do that. There's two spots where the mockball is going to be used: one at the early supers, and one at the ice beam. And the odds of you having Speed Booster before both of those is pretty slim.
Yeah, they're not super difficult mockballs as they go. The early Brinstar Reserve one, well, the early Supers one, is in more or less every speedrun category.
Yep. The ice beam one is not as prevalent in categories, but you do see it a lot. It is used in new route, not in old route.
So Toasty is gonna do a Metroid ice clip into Botwoon.
Well, I have to like the Metroid colors, at least when they're not frozen in this palette.
Yeah, frozen enemies always take on the color of Ice Beam when they're frozen.
And we'll see a quick microwave of Botwoon.
Ooh,
That
it's a
purple
very.
is really neat. Yep, like that purple.
I'm not sure about the red eyes though. It's a bit devilish.
Well, fitting at least. Let's see what's at this item. This item is gonna be hard to skip. So Toasty will have bombs this time. So yeah, let's just for a second recap what's going on. So Astra went to the wreck ship first, did not check the upper half of wreck ship, where we later found Varia at the gravity suit location. And we don't know what's going on right now, but it looks like he's been AFK for quite a while. Toasty went down after they both started with me round. Toasty went down instead of doing a CWJ to the wreck ship. Cleared out Upper Norfair and decided to do Lower Norfair without Varia suit. He did check a little bit of Meridia, picked up a couple extra reserve tanks at Mama Turtle and at the Sand Pit. And then after getting out of there, instead of going, did some of the wreck ship, found his Varia suit. Actually, did all of the wreck ship, found his Varia suit. We don't know it's at the reserve tank, but at this point it doesn't matter. Probably, actually, pretty much has to be an E tank because all that's left is Speed Booster. And then went to Shacktool to find his Ice Beam to get through. Did not check X-Ray, which still could be Speed Booster. We got a little lucky that it wasn't at the X-Ray location. And we actually cannot use Toasty's audio, so we cannot switch to it. I apologize for that. Yeah, and this is I have to agree with some of what chat. I am a little bit concerned about azder. Hopefully, it's just something mundane that took him away.
Yeah, like we say, he hasn't said anything in SRL, so we don't know at all why or what's happened. But his stream is definitely still up, so.
Yeah, it looks kind of odd because we have the frozen on the item pickup, but that would explain why we're not seeing the flashing of the map spot. But he's been gone for quite a while.
Yeah, it's about half an hour now. So yeah, without speed, Toasty's gonna have to ice clip his way back out from this room as well.
Yeah, interesting he decides to go this way. I tend to prefer to go down the sand pit and go through the other way, but it's not a bad way to go. Not convinced one way is particularly faster than the other.
No. I mean, the one time you sort of want to go over the top and ice clip is if you don't have power bombs,
Mm.
or some way of like, well, yeah, it's just from power bombs because then you have to sort of like loop back over the top to go back down again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he spares Sephi's fish mercifully. Been far too much violence against that poor fish recently. No, too much violence.
Yeah, well, unless to the idea that Azure and Toasty are having some sort of secret conversation, it's not an SRL. They have some other way of communicating, which is possible. They could have phone numbers or emails or whatever.
Carrier pigeons.
Yeah, go get that big chicken sandwich, Joel. As the question that was posed to chat. So, okay, Toasty gonna head to Turian now. He's gonna have to. The only thing, really, he didn't refill the ship again. His ammo should be fine. Again, like we said in the earlier match, we've seen any percent runners going with far less ammo than this, and not having the maxes that Toasty has. He will have to remember that he does not have Various Suit, so if he goes below stand up, that could get very dangerous. I have seen runners do that before, where they turn off that Various Suit or they don't have that Various Suit, and they fully intend to do stand up glitch, and then when they go below that 7 E tank minimum, they damage themselves down, and oops.
Yeah, it's a really, really strong muscle memory if you ever run any percent just to get to 300 and be fine.
Yep. And the typical reaction is they realize it right after they damage themselves down. So.
If Toasty had refilled and he then did do that, he would be okay because he has 3 reserves, so he'd have 600 total, but he hasn't. So if he does do that, then he will die.
Yes. Okay, now we'll see if he can get a baby skip here.
Without speed, it's going to be interesting.
It is hard to do without speed, no question. Looks like he's not really going to try for it. Again, I do like those Metroid colors. That blue with the red is just that kind of blue purpley color with the red background. The light purple teeth, talons. I'm not sure what you call those. Very neat.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Like they don't have obvious stomachs, so why would they need to chew things? It's a bit weird. Yeah, fangs. We'll go with fangs.
Fangs works.
But yeah, 35 and 12 is
Oh,
A
it's
lot
plenty.
to. Yeah, it's a
Absolutely,
lot.
yeah, plenty. You could do Mother Brain 1 with 36 missiles. So he's more than okay. No, they are playing. Yeah, there is a way to pallet swap after the seed is made. They are playing the same seed, or would be playing the same seed if Azder was currently playing. Okay, so done with Mother Brain 1. And a nice
Ooh, that's
purple
nice.
ketchup beam. I'm not
Yeah,
sure what grape beam. I don't know.
the grape beam. I like that color though. Nice one.
It is a neat color. Okay, Toasty looks like he's fine for stand up.
Oh, okay. So that the spring ball setup for stand up is a bit scary sometimes.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're on the ground for very little time. But if you're on the ground at exactly the wrong time, that's not going to work.
Nope. You're gonna die. And without Varia, you're gonna die very quickly.
Okay, so far everything going well on the stand up.
Yeah, it's a very nice stand up. Only 3 shots afterwards. And no speed booster means Toasty's gonna have to take the slightly longer way around the escape. Also means he won't be able to do the blue bomber this time, which is a big sad point.
Yeah, he remembers he doesn't have speed booster. Well, that's always a thing, you know. You start running, you get ready for that shine spark, and oops.
Yeah, it means he's not going to be able to spark up the climb either.
Which, frankly, is I think the bigger loss here.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Ironically,
Well,
it's the part that I didn't know how to do before I started speedrunning. Like, oh, you can shine spark up there. That's really cool. Whereas I knew about shine sparking up in that third room.
yeah, it's still easy. Even if you've done it a million times, it's still easy to mess up the final climb spark. No animal save either.
No surprise. Only Ponk is crazy enough to save the animals, and when he doesn't see the other person's finished. Well, Ponk and Blue Plasma Spark, shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
And GG to Toasty, finishing with an official SRL time of 1:10:07.
Yeah, GG Toasty.
Sounds like he's with us now. Hey, Toasty.
What on earth just happened? What
Well,
was that?
I wish I could say that you outplayed Azure, outrouted Azure, or something like that, but we really aren't sure what's going on here. It's been AFK for about 30 or 40 minutes, and we're
Oh
not sure.
no!
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh.
If you turn on the restream right now, you'll see he picking up that super missile for quite a while now.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I hope everything is all right.
Yeah, same.
Dang.
Nice suitless Meridia there.
Oh yeah,
no,
absolutely.
sorry, Toasty.
I have to admit, we didn't think you were. We didn't like that play very much. Luckily for
Yeah.
you found those. I don't know if that works out if you don't find the E-tanks where you found E-tanks, but.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. That was a tough one. Yeah, I made some big mistakes. So first of all, I forgot I had space jump for a second,
Yeah,
and then
we
I
saw that. And this time, unlike the first game you guys played way back in like November, you have no excuse.
I know I don't have an excuse. It was really, and I was like using it all the time too. I don't know what happened. And then I fell in the wrong sand pit, and I was really tilted. So I was like, oh god, not like this. But I was just.
How hard did you think about just doing an X-ray class jack tool?
Oh gosh, I didn't even consider that. Yeah.
We thought that was on your mind. In fact, John was shouting for you to do it.
That's so funny. Okay. Yeah, I was really close to going to Shack Tool before Vex Ship, and I was so mad when Varia was right there.
Yeah, we noticed. I don't think I've ever seen Super Missile Varia suit before.
Yeah, I was like, no, Shack Tool. Why did I betray my Shack Tool?
So question for you: did you forget about X-ray, or are you just banking on it being Shack Tool?
Oh.
Okay, that answers that question.
Oh.
Yeah, you did right by it. We're like, you've got space jump and screw attack. Doesn't take long to get through there with those items.
Oh man. I don't know. I think I need a drink after this one.
That's what got you in trouble with the first game. Yeah, not this tonight.
I know.
But
Yeah.
you won that one, so I guess it didn't get you in that much trouble.
Yeah. Well, did Azder go chip first? Did he do meme route, or was he?
Yeah. You guys both meme routed. He went to the ship, but he didn't. He skipped the top half.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So I mean, in the end, it wouldn't have mattered because.
Yeah.
And like
He probably
you all said,
would've...
hopefully everything's okay. But
yeah, I wonder.
It would have been a really interesting race if he had been able to keep going.
Yeah, I think that could have been really. He probably would have done a suitless LN as well, maybe. And then if I made some better calls,
yeah, he's been known to do it, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, and then I see Speed West behind Dragon, so that was a required shack.
Yeah.
Outside of a cross product special.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how are your crystal flash clips? Is that something in your toolbox?
No, not yet. Even though I know Paper Tiger said I should. They're not that bad. I'm sorry, Paper. Let you down. Yeah, it's that would have really helped because I could have gone from Croc right to Dragon, got that speed booster, and then maybe checked a couple other things, and then done a suitless Lorefare, and then ship last. I would have just made that seed a lot faster, or I could have just gone to the ship, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that crystal flash obviously would be pretty big here, avoiding the shack tool. Last, anyway. Yeah, it was a crazy one. I wondered if, when I saw Varia there and Azder was not done, I was like, I wonder if he skipped that as well. The top half of the ship, but yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah, so I think the way Asda went was probably like the play, but
Yep.
not skipping the top half. Like
Yep.
if you'd had Varia, and then like everything else would have fallen into place.
Yeah.
So ship first was the right thing, but
Yeah.
only
So it
if you
must-
finish the ship.
So, how hard did you think about going to the ship first? With that, I mean, you didn't have any good movement items to get there. You would have had to CWJ.
Yeah, I thought about it and I was like, I just really, as soon as I fall in the water once, I'm just gonna be so mad and just like, so, and I thought that maybe that's what Azra would do too. So I was like, all right, I'll just kind of gamble on ship last, go down. So that kind of was another part of it too. So yeah, if I had like a grapple or something, I probably would have just definitely gone right over.
Mhm.
The other time loss for Asda in Wreck Ship was having to do the powerbomb jump in Sponge Bath.
Oh,
That took like at least one reset to do.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
I think he got it about half. We have what 15 power bombs. I think he was about halfway through when he got this on the second set of
Mhm.
tries.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah. Dang. That's a bummer. This was a crazy seed. There was a lot of ways to play this kind of wacky. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paper Tiger and Tracy, on commenting this one. That's well. Hopefully, we'll have another
Yeah, let's hope.
race. I guess.
I
Yeah.
hope everything, like I said, yeah. Hoping everything's okay. I just pinged Azder.
Yeah.
See if we can find out what's going on.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do it before everything was done, but technically you're not supposed to be looking at Discord, and of course, if we do it in SRL, that gives you a clue what's going on. We don't need that.
Yeah.
But now that we're done, we'll see if we can find him, see what's going on, and hopefully we get the game 3 going. But just in case, I'm going to thank everybody. Thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting the playoffs. Thank you to Paper Tiger for staying up really late because you're in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty late for you. Thank you to Math Girl for setting us up in the restream, and to all of you in chat, and to Toasty and Azder for putting on a good race. And hopefully
Cheaty
we'll
for
see you.
tracking.
Oh, and can't forget Cheaty. And we haven't done the old follow the runners. So these guys are really fun to watch. So you make sure you give them both a follow. Anyone in the top 16 is certainly worth your time. I will quickly run through the schedule. Hopefully we do get a game 3 going. Technically that wasn't actually even scheduled for another half hour. We managed to be ahead of things because of the first match going pretty quickly. We don't have anything going on tomorrow, but we have 2 sets. We have a couple of sets of really hype matchups for the weekend. We have on Saturday, starting at 2 o'clock, we have all 3 races between Maniacal and Ponk. That's the 2, Ponk being the 2 seed, Maniacal being the 15 seed. And then on Sunday, we have Sloters versus Zost, the 1 seed, Zost with the 16 seed. Sloters' only lost in the season was to Zost. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup to come up on Sunday. So I hope you all tune in for those. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll be back in about a half hour with game 3 of this matchup. And we'll hope to see you all then.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And Azder is such a great player. He's so good at this randomizer. So it's been cool playing him 3 times so far. It's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully
Hopefully we get a game 3.
Yeah.
If not tonight, we'll definitely get one later, but hopefully we get it tonight.